Yeah, you bet. So my name is Cory Reeves. I'm the current mayor in the city of Great Falls, and I've been the mayor for almost 2 years now, and I'm up for re-election this November. Yeah, you bet. So really I had no political office experience until I was elected in 2023 as the mayor for the city of Great Falls. I did run with Sheriff Slaughter back in 2018. He was the sheriff, I was the undersheriff. So that's kind of the first election that I was involved in, was when we were campaigning, and then we won our re-election in July of 2022. But shortly after we won re-election is when I retired from the sheriff's office after working here in the community for 25 years as a law enforcement officer. So then I thought, what is my next calling? There's got to be something else out there for me. So that's when I thought, well, I'm passionate about Great Falls. I love our community. So that's why I thought, well, I'm going to run for mayor. Usually people start as a city commissioner, then they work their way up to mayor. But I dove right in for the top job and was elected. And it's been a joy ever since. You bet. So I'm from Great Falls, Montana. I went to elementary school here. I went to high school here. I went to college here. Then it was called the University of Great Falls, which is now the University of Providence. I earned my Bachelor's of Science degree in criminal justice. Yeah, so after college, I started my law enforcement career in 1998. I spent 21 years here at the Great Falls Police Department, and then we were elected to office in 2018 at the Sheriff's Office. So about 25 years total capacity in the law enforcement realm. But also, aside from being the mayor, I also now work for Great Falls Public Schools for a program called Restart. And I work with at-risk youth. It's a program that's near and dear to my heart. And I basically give them wraparound services. I mentor them. Yes, education is a component of my program, but we also talk about like managing emotions, life skills, savvy living, and things like that. And my job is to help transition them back to their traditional school setting. Yeah, so it's unfortunate that the mayor term is only 2 years because it's not a lot of time to get things done, but I do feel like we've accomplished a lot in the last 2 years that I've been mayor. I'm passionate about Great Falls. I love this community. I love the grit. I love the people. We have phenomenal work ethic here in this community. There's so much potential, and I think we've steered the ship in a different direction. Forever, Great Falls has been kind of, we don't want it in our backyard, no growth, we're small, this way we want it. And I don't want us to become Bozeman or Missoula overnight because we then won't be able to afford to live here. But we do need growth. We need light industry growth. We need economic development. We need new infrastructure. We have about $200 million in infrastructure repairs that need to be done in the city. So we've had to make some hard decisions, but it's basically I'm running again because I love this community. Yeah, so they're very similar to the first time I ran. My top priority is ensuring we have a good public safety. People want to live, work, and play in a community where they feel safe. Secondly, affordable housing. Housing, as we know, across the whole United States is an issue. So I want to continue to work with our community partners like NeighborWorks, Realtors Association, the Home Builders Association, United Way, to ensure that we have affordable housing. And third, I would say our infrastructure. Like I said, we have a very aging infrastructure, whether it's our roads, our sewers, our waters, and we really need to start investing in those because people don't want to come here if the infrastructure is not in place. So once we start investing in our infrastructure, the growth will naturally occur. You bet. So as many people know, this is a hot button topic, right? A lot of people are either passionate for keeping fireworks or for getting rid of them. And sure, the city commission, we could have made the ultimate decision and just said this is how it's going to be. But because I think this is such a, in my opinion, a patriotic, especially with our military and stuff like that, fireworks are very sensitive to people, whether you're for or against. So I felt it was necessary to put this before the will of the people, let them decide. Me personally, I've been very vocal about it. I will be voting no on the city ordinance. I understand the reasons why. I have 2 little dogs. They go nuts every fireworks year. I think what's frustrating is if people would just follow the current rules on the books, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. But because people don't follow the rules, people are ticked off, and rightfully so, that fireworks go for 5-7 days out of the week and of all hours of the day. So I personally don't want to see us prohibit fireworks, and I'm going to be voting no on it. Yeah, so the City of Great Falls is limited in what we can do, but what we can do is ensure that our zoning and permit process are streamlined. So when a business or a housing development wants to come to Great Falls, you used to have to wait 6 to 12 months before we would approve your plans. That's ridiculous. We can't wait that long. We need housing now. So we've really streamlined our zoning and permit processes. So when you show up for a housing development, excuse me, usually within 30 to 60 days, you're getting your application back. The other thing the City Commission is really good about is supporting NeighborWorks. Every year we give them approximately $900,000 in what's called CDBG grants, Community Development Block Grants, and that is to build strictly affordable housing. So we will continue to support those entities. Yeah, as everyone knows, the last levy and bond for public safety failed miserably. The ask was huge. I can understand why people support law enforcement and public safety in this community, but the ask was so much, just too much money at the time. So yes, the need has not gone away. We've done what we can as a city commission. We've invested in a new fire training center, because right now when you're hired as a fire person, a fireman or woman, you have no place to train. Your first training is when you're responding to an actual house fire. So we have taken little steps to improve public safety, like investing in a new fire training center, but we have a long ways to go to still add additional personnel for both the courts, the police, and the fire. You bet. So I tell a story that I used to care for a homeless man for probably 20 years. His name was Larry the homeless guy, Larry the guy with the cart, and he'd build these big carts. And like I tell people, I took him under my wings, my family did. We invited him for meals, we took him to his doctor's appointments, we took him to movies, and we got him into an apartment during the winter months so we wouldn't freeze. It'd be so cool if every single community member in our city went downtown, met someone, took them under their wings to help get them on the right track. So I think if it's not just the government that can solve homelessness, it's got to be a collaborative effort with public and private and churches, and just everyone's got to get involved. Yep, economic development is something I'm very passionate about. Again, we've got to do it measured and in methodical sense. So if we just open up everything, we'll become Bozeman or Missoula, and none of us will be able to afford here, and we don't want that. So I think the way we're doing it, if you drive down 10th Avenue South right now, you'll see a lot of the economic development that's occurring already, and that's because we've dialed in our zoning and permit processes, and we're always trying to tell businesses, how do we get to yes, where in the past it sometimes was, no, we don't want that. Now it's about how do we get to yes, so we can continue to grow. But what we really need to attract is additional light industry to help pay into the general fund. Yep, so we've already done that. One of the hardest things we did as a city commission, and we all voted for it, was to raise utility rates. And because we don't have a capital fund to go out and do proactive fixing of our infrastructure. Like I said earlier, we have about $200 million in deferred maintenance in the city of Great Falls. So what we did was raise the utility rates, and what that allowed us to do, and that's not easy because I pay those same rates, my elderly parents on a fixed income pay those same rates, but what raising those utility rates is going to allow us to bring in approximately $6 million a year to now invest in our infrastructure. So when a business is looking to come to Great Falls and they want to do business here and they're like, your infrastructure isn't up to par where it needs to be, now hopefully they can see that we are taking a proactive approach and we are investing in our infrastructure. So when they are interested in coming to Great Falls, they go, Great Falls has it together, let's go do business there.